Are you hot for anyone? Come on.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're exploring the cult classics that inspired the retro horror comedy Lisa Frankenstein.
It could work!
Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus, provided the basis for James Whale's 1931 film adaptation.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
This version is responsible for many hallmarks we associate with the Frankenstein mythos, such as electricity reanimating a corpse. The film also introduced the idea of the monster being assembled of body parts from different corpses. Likewise, Lisa Frankenstein borrows elements from other films, assembling its own beast. In addition to Frankenstein and its 1935 sequel, Bride of Frankenstein, the Beauty and the Beast relationship draws parallels to Creature from the Black Lagoon. Tonally, Lisa Frankenstein is closer to Buster Keaton's The Haunted House or Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein. Where the latter satire recreated the gothic ambiance of its 1931 predecessor, Lisa Frankenstein takes a modern approach, albeit not that modern.
I have the cure.
Ooh.
Oh. No. It's not that kind of cure. It's a band. They can't make you better. I mean, they can, but emotional.
Writer Diablo Cody cited the Rocky Horror Picture Show as one inspiration. This goes beyond referencing the song Damn It, Janet.
That's good, bad, good, mediocre. Janet, I love you so.
Lisa Frankenstein offers a similar blend of camp, horror, comedy, and even music, with Can't Fight This Feeling playing a significant role. Above all else, Rocky Horror seemed to popularize the idea of monsters being sexual creatures.
Why don't you stay for the night? Or maybe a bite. I could show you my favorite obsession.
One could argue that sexual undertones were apparent in past monster movies, but no film up to that point had been more explicit than Rocky Horror. It stands out as one of the freakiest and most unique films to come out of the sexual revolution. Where Rocky Horror is distinctly 1975, though, Lisa Frankenstein drapes itself in 80s nostalgia.
I love it. It's not really my style.
The 80s were known for putting contemporary twists on familiar monsters, turning Michael J. Fox into a werewolf and Bigfoot into a lovable member of the Henderson family.
He lives here with you?
Temporarily.
With Lisa Frankenstein being set in 1989, the crew took visual cues from movie releases that exact year, such as Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Say Anything. Pedro Almodóvar's Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down proved especially inspirational, aesthetically and tonally.
No puedo. Mira mi cuerpo. Está lleno de vida. Pero mi rostro es el de un muerto.
In that Spanish dark comedy, a mental patient kidnaps an adult film star in hopes of forming a love connection. It sounds messed up, which it is, but the notion of beauty taming the beast is a common monster movie trope, from King Kong to Frankenstein.
Friend? Friend?
Tie Me Up was initially rated X, although it was eventually changed to NC-17. Throughout the decades, few filmmakers have challenged the MPA like the Pope of Trash, John Waters, another inspiration for Lisa Frankenstein.
Both of you I love so much. It's your mind, your imagination, that filthy mind with the rotten ideas.
Director Zelda Williams, Robin Williams' daughter, aspired to make a film that was, quote, John Waters meets Nightmare on Elm Street. In the spirit of Waters, Lisa Frankenstein is twisted, rebellious, and coated in bad taste.
No, don't cry.
Your tears smell so bad.
It doesn't push the censorship boundaries as Waters did, sticking to PG-13 territory. Yet Lisa Frankenstein goes as far as possible with this rating. A particular death keeps most of the gore off-screen, although the silhouette of a certain body part flying through the air is demented enough to be in Waters' trash trilogy.
The battle of filth has been won. This calls for a celebration.
Waters isn't the only John who influenced Lisa Frankenstein. Diablo Cody has warranted comparison to John Hughes since her debut film Juno.
Because you're like the coolest person I've ever met, and you don't even have to try, you know?
Like Hughes's 16 Candles, Lisa Frankenstein comes complete with a misunderstood high school girl, a hot guy, and a geek who seems harmless until his problematic side is revealed. Weird Science is the Hughes classic that Lisa Frankenstein owes the most to.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Instead of teenage boys creating a perfect woman named Lisa, the plot is reversed with a girl named Lisa creating the perfect man. Granted, a reanimated corpse might not seem like the ideal mate, but the fact that he's Cole Sprouse underneath the rotting flesh goes a long way.
The chemistry, it's already there, and we just made each other laugh a lot, and I think if you're laughing, audiences are gonna feel it.
The look and tone of Lisa Frankenstein are riddled with Tim Burton vibes as well. The film paints a portrait of suburbia that's both mundane and fantastical, akin to Beetlejuice or Edward Scissorhands.
You hear that? I'm sure it's the girl next door. She's very odd.
Speaking of the latter film, Johnny Depp was drawn to the role of Edward because he wanted to distance himself from 21 Jump Street. Lisa Frankenstein could also mark a turning point for Sprouse, who's been boxed in as a teen idol ever since Riverdale.
I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in.
Where Edward was a gentle soul, though, Sprouse's monster is prone to violence, with Kathryn Newton's Lisa encouraging his behavior. In that sense, Lisa Frankenstein has more in common with Robert Wiener's The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which had a major impact on Burton.
Taffy says it's a waste of time to try and fix a boy. It's better just accept a guy's flaws.
Rather than a classic Boris Karloff look, Sprouse's makeup was largely based on Bub from George Romero's Day of the Dead. Meanwhile, Lisa's wardrobe echoes Winona Ryder in Heathers.
Veronica, you look like hell.
Yeah, I just got back.
The comparisons to that cult classic don't end there. Both of these dark comedies center on an angsty teenage girl infatuated with a bad boy who's willing to kill for her.
I can't do that. Not until we bury the body.
That said, the bodies soon pile up as the couple is backed into a corner. Lisa Frankenstein possesses the cynicism of Heathers, but it's balanced with more heart. There isn't a stereotypical mean girl who we want to see get her comeuppance. At first, Lisa's cheerleader stepsister Taffy seemingly fits the Queen Bee bill, but she winds up being the most empathetic character.
Come on. Lisa. Lisa!
While Lisa Frankenstein is primarily grounded in the 80s, it pays homage to a few early 90s films as well. The fish out of water premise is right out of Encino Man. The mix of body horror and slapstick is reminiscent of Billy Butcherson in Hocus Pocus.
Oh, cheese and crust! He's lost his head!
Zelda Williams most notably looked to Death Becomes Her, a comedy that manages to be violent while still being wickedly silly. Williams also responded to that film's, quote, fascinatingly female-forward gaze, which she incorporated into her feature directorial debut.
I'm not crying. I have something in my eye.
Movies like Lisa Frankenstein have been a dying breed for almost 30 years now, although two other 21st century horror comedies come to mind: the underrated Shakespearean zombie romance Warm Bodies, and Diablo Cody's follow-up to Juno, Jennifer's Body.
You know when you kiss a boy for the first time and it feels like your entire body is on vibrate?
Yeah, it's that good.
Cody says that Lisa Frankenstein takes place in the same universe as Jennifer's Body. In 2009, a Jennifer's Body cinematic universe seemed unlikely given the film's critical and commercial failure.
She can fly.
She's just hovering. It's not that impressive. God, do you have to undermine everything that I do?
We can't help but get the sense that a lot of critics had it out for Cody after she won an Oscar. While some, like Roger Ebert, appreciated her distinct voice, others framed Cody as a one-hit wonder, and a film about a teenage succubus was admittedly an easy target.
I am going to eat your soul.
Yet Cody proved her staying power with films like Young Adult and Tully. Even Jennifer's Body developed into a cult classic with the #MeToo movement presenting it in a new light. This reappraisal motivated Cody to revisit the horror comedy genre with Lisa Frankenstein.
I was able to write Lisa Frankenstein with like a renewed sense of confidence that I would hopefully also take into a sequel, because now I know there's an audience for it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Cody felt Williams would be a good fit for her script after seeing her 2018 short film Shrimp. Cody noticed a personal connection between the screenplay and Williams, who lost her father over a decade ago.
For a while, I kind of just was left to my own devices. And a lot of great stuff came out of that. Like, I ended up writing 12 scripts, which was great. But also then you're like, is there something wrong with me?
As Cody told Rolling Stone, quote, "I realized it was interesting for her to be working on this project about grief and about how you're allowed to grieve, given what she had gone through in the public eye. You wouldn't expect a film called Lisa Frankenstein to provide an outlet for grief, but inspiration can strike in the most unexpected places. With the heart of John Hughes, the style of Tim Burton, the madness of John Waters, and several personal touches, Williams and Cody have made a new cult classic come alive."
Lisa looks good.
She could probably even do pageants if she had congeniality.
What did you think of Lisa Frankenstein? Let us know in the comments.
I'm not making any more comments. You can talk to my lawyer.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.